Coach, a big thing for you guys has been closing out quarters, and you guys did that through all 4 of them tonight. What does that say about this team's growth so far?
Well, I think the second quarter they hit a bunch of threes before that, but I think, even to respond to that, I feel like we didn't close the fourth quarter like I'd like to see us. I think, but we hit some big shots. So, but it's that competitive endurance mentally to continue to focus in those situations is something, man, we've got to keep working on it. We've got to keep working on it, particularly in the fourth.
And Zach had those 2 early fouls in the first quarter, but then he ends the game with only 3. What does that say about his ability to not only process the game in real time, but actually act on it as well?
Defensively, he can really move his feet, and when people do drive, it's hard to get an advantage to the point where he can't impact your shot, and he just got to be, some of those are going to happen. But as I said, we're with him, rain or shine, and a lot more shine than rain. And as much as anything, what he did last game, coming out, and he had one time he caught his shoe, and another time he just missed an easy one. But I think the thing about Zach, and I'll relate it to tonight too, is for a 19-year-old to have that level of mental toughness when there's adversity early in the game and to just play through it. I think that happened. The fouls didn't bother him either. And obviously we all believe in him.
Coach, how important is DeAndre Hunter to this team? I mean, just using these last 2 games, feels like.
He's pretty important, obviously, right? Put an exclamation point on that. I think it's as much as anything the way that he's playing. I don't think he gets enough credit for all the little things that he does, in part because a lot of times they're not as visible, but he's always in the right place defensively. He's just a warrior. And, when I say that, those are guys that just bring it, not just every game, but all game long. And, he's really embraced shooting the 3. And I think with his size, it's almost like he's worked on it. Coach Lang and him, they're working on shooting it quick, where it's tough to block it. Like a contested 3 for him is a good shot. And coupled with him really, I think, getting out in transition and attacking the rim. He'll end up, you don't always end up at the rim, but his physicality, if he does get to a mid-range, he's open. And he's doing a heck of a job. He's a guy that I feel lucky to coach.
When you were shorthanded with injuries earlier in the season, you spoke about how you might have some difficult decisions to make when everybody was healthy, and today it led to your bench outscoring theirs 50-28 in your top
Yeah,
score.
I mean, those difficult decisions don't go away. We've got some guys that have done a heck of a job for us that haven't played, recently. But I think the way that our team's playing, it's more than it's the way we're playing that I'd like to. That's what we got to keep grinding on, and that process, guys getting more and more connected, and us figuring out what are the things that this group can do to be successful, and then sustaining that. And I think we've felt that more, and now we just got to keep at it and keep at it and keep at it.
Yeah, Quinn, I'm curious about your thoughts about how Kobe has done in the non-Trey minutes, kind of stabilizing things these last few games.
Yeah, all we need Kobe in those minutes. Everybody, just need to be solid, and when there's opportunities that present themselves. There we go. For him to take advantage of them. And I think the biggest thing I mentioned this before is just, when I say solid, that group is defended. And his ability to guard, that's the most important thing, because if we can get stops, and I mentioned this before, then pushing the ball, so just workmanlike efforts, have a way of raising the level, and those are the times that he's able to impact the game the most.
Coach, Clint Capella, last game, I think he had just about 2 points last game. He came back and had some good scoring, but 13 rebounds and took a charge. Can you just talk about his response tonight?
Yeah, it's a great question, and you see me start to smile because everybody knows how committed Clint is, and there's not one 7-footer, there's two of them, and they're both long and athletic. And I thought today he was more poised when he got the ball. He was, you really talking about having our eyes out. It's not just Trey and the guards, but Clint's ability to recognize, okay, this is going to be a tough finish and kick it out, or when he can just go back up. I thought he adjusted too. He started shot faking a little bit, but good to see him really respond in that situation, as you said. And the defensive rebounding was big.
Will you watch the Celtics Bulls game tonight? And if so, what are your plans?
I just found out it wasn't
it?
like 10 o'clock because I'm sure we'll tune in some way, shape, or form. Someone will be watching with all the mechanizations with that, right? But we'll see what happens.
Hey, Coach. So you guys had 18 turnovers, but still managed to get the win. What did you think was the biggest thing that you guys did well to kind of counteract those mistakes?
Well, those are when you feel like you're moving the ball offensively. The times that sometimes there's going to be you're going to turn the ball over if you're moving the ball. Like the probability of you turn it over is going to be greater. The ones that we have to control, you can usually look at them. Someone picked their dribble up. We didn't space. We took a high risk play that maybe wasn't worth it, and when you do turn it over, we had a stretch there. We turned it over. One of them was a charge, but and they're scoring on the other end. It's really difficult to defend against live ball turnovers. So it's something we got to stay on top of and understand the situations that are created. And usually it's when the ball sticks, and I thought they were really physical with us early, and we did a good job of responding to that. That they turned us over early because of that. And usually you just have to work and be disciplined.
Coach, you mentioned the Boston-Chicago game that's happening.
I didn't mention it. He did.
He mentioned it. You answered it. You answered about it. But the Cup is a probability. How important will it be for your younger players to gain experience?
I think any experience we can gain, older and younger. This is new for everyone, but so I think just it's a different type of competition, and even tonight it puts you in weird positions as a coach. When you leave your guys in, you hold the ball, because of the point differential concept. Our situation's a little cleaner than that, I think. But those are the types of things that, not speaking to that, I think the Cup generally, is a great competitive experience that you can take with you. They're big games, so to speak, and the point differential component. I don't know another way to do it. Kind of is what it is, but I don't think that impacts the fact that this is a really good thing.
Coach, the Cavs are one of the top scoring teams in the league, but then you guys hold them to the fewest points that they've scored so far this season. What does it say about the growth of your guys' defense so far?
Yeah, I feel like this is deja vu to the last game. I think the big thing for us is you get a team that shoots that well. You need a little luck, and we've talked about that. There's been games where your expected field goal percentage is you're playing better defense than the score indicates, by and large. My guess is that it was the other way around. So they're not going to shoot the ball the way they did tonight, but that said, to the extent that we can contest shots, make them make an extra pass, maybe that pass isn't as clean. There's, not just to accept that fact, but they'll shoot it better, and but hopefully we can have some impact on that and understand that it's not just a game of probability, that you do have the ability to tilt the scales a little bit.
Coach, two quick questions real quick. Looking at the way this team plays with athleticism, how can you continue to help this team consistently be aggressive on defense and play downhill? And number two, what do you think about the play of Johnson? He continues to be growing each and every game. What are your thoughts about him?
Well, the answer to your first question is yes. And I think more than anything, it's just attention to detail. You know, when you find formulaically something that you can do that helps you be successful, you just need to focus on it and double down. And, you know, for us to defend and run, those two things, really for any team, but I think for us to, so that means really focusing on that end and trying to get better and continuing to me, it's about us first committing and then training. And we just have to keep training. We have to work. We work on shoot-arounds. You know, we work, and our guys have embraced that. Not every day, but even when they don't, there's other guys that do, and they raise each other's level. And, you know, I've sung Jalen's praises. He knows how I feel about him, and he's crucial on the defensive end. You know, his ability, and I said for him to take pride in that is a big thing. We know he's going to defensive rebound, but little things like closing out. He didn't contest Garland's shot, the first one, and he immediately, I got it. You know, he didn't get a rotation, I got it. So the first step for us is knowing where we need to get better, and then our guys owning it and us continuing to train and work on it. Okay?